Remember that? This just came to me right now. So Page of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Ten of Swords. You see, Ten of Swords? This person wanted the show to fail. I have to look into it when I'm done with this because I see that it looks like a man. So what I see happening here is that I think there might have been two writers, or one was an editor, and the editor was like, I don't want it to be made a show. Somebody got kicked out. Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. Somebody suggested this, by the way. If you're a member, I automatically make your suggestions. If you aren't, I am taking suggestions. Doesn't mean I'll make it unless you guys are against my guidelines. This was recommended. It is about Alyssa Milano, the whole Charmed crew. I used to love Charmed. It was one of my favorite shows. You know, that's when I discovered that I have like I'm into esoteric, if you want to say that, into witchcraft if you want to say that too, and the craft too, and practical magic. Those three were my ultimate go-to. So especially because I'm one of three sisters, and you know, I was the middle child. All of us have some kind of psychic ability, so I always felt connected to Charmed because of that. Anyways, so I love Charmed, and so when somebody recommended that I do this, I was very excited to do it because I love Charmed growing up. And I also just feel like it's very unfortunate that there's been so much energy, negative energy regarding the show after everything that's happened. So I wanted to clarify that and get more into it. So if you want to stick around and subscribe, please subscribe. If you'd like to comment, I always have to say, please be respectful. I always have to hear your stories about like how was Charm for you? Did you enjoy it? I can't believe it was 25 years ago, which is insanity. So yeah, that show had a very special place in my heart. Very special place in my heart. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm going to read the chart. So I'm going to read the four of them. If you aren't familiar, Charmed, they have a new Charmed, right? They have one on Netflix. I'm not a fan of them redoing shows. I'm just really not. I'm not a fan of the new Mean Girls. I'm not a fan of any of it because I just feel like let the past be the past. Like no more redos. Anyways, four of them. The original cast was Shannon Doherty, Alyssa Milano, and Rose McGowan. Then Shannon Doherty left, and it wasn't Rose McGowan, excuse me, Holly Marie Combs. Rose McGowan came in later, if I remember correctly. This was 25 years ago, so but if I remember correctly. So I'm going to read all four of the chart. So I'm going to start with Alyssa Milano. Her sun is in Sagittarius, moon is in Gemini, and rising is in Sagittarius. Rose McGowan, her sun is in Virgo, moon is in Sagittarius, very interesting, and rising is in Gemini. Holly Marie Combs, her sun is in Sagittarius, her moon is in Pisces, rising is in Leo. And last but not least, sun in Aries, Shannon Doherty, sun in Aries, moon in Scorpio, and rising in Virgo. Okay, so I haven't kept up with a lot of them. Alyssa Milano is always talking about politics, and I really don't like that. I wish celebrities would stay out of politics. You know, it just really annoys me on both sides. I lose interest in a celebrity if they start talking about politics. I really do, on both sides. But anyways, I think it isolates half of the people. That's why I don't talk politics in this space at all, in any space, any public platform, because I just feel like it isolates a lot of people that think differently to you, and that's something, you know, just to keep, I don't know, as a public person, I just don't recommend it. Anyway, so I pulled up the energy. As I was pulling up the energy, the first card I got in the past is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, if you look here, I'm using the Crystal Magic Tarot. The High Priestess is often about spirituality, witchcraft, having a deep sense of knowing, intuition. And I get the strong sense here that there was some negative energy on set because the book, or was it after a book? Somebody that did the book, I believe, this is what I get very strongly, this is just what I'm picking up, this is what came to me. Somebody that did the book someone didn't want this to happen, this show to happen. Because of that, they sent negativity. I don't think that they meant to. But with this eye, somebody was keeping an eye on them and was like, I want this show to fail. And I get that this person had something to do with the book. If there was a book. I think it was based on a book. I don't remember that aspect of it. I love the show, but I didn't really read books like this. So I don't remember that. This just came to me right now. So Page of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Ten of Swords. You see, Ten of Swords? This person wanted the show to fail. I have to look into it when I'm done with this because I see that it looks like a man. So what I see happening here is that I think there might have been two writers, or one was an editor, and the editor was like, I don't want it to be made a show. Somebody got kicked out of the process of it becoming a show. And that person was very bitter and wished that the show didn't continue and sent it very negative energy. Whew, that was quite intense. So with the present being the world, I'll pick up the card. The present being the world, I see very strongly that this is supposed to play out in the public, because it seems as though Holly, I get Holly's face. Holly is used to being very quiet, and now she's finding her voice. I think something happened to her in Hollywood. She might have mentioned this before. I don't keep up with this stuff. I love Bravo. I love reality TV, so that's what I keep up with. So if she said something like this, to the effect that something happened to her, kind of like Harvey Weinstein energy, where a producer did something to her and she kept quiet for a while, or it looks like it was a relationship. 3 of Swords, 6 of Coins, and 5 Wands. It looks like she was in a relationship that went really badly, really badly. I think this person was, like, to her, I had to do the visual because I can't say the word because I'll get demonetized. But this person was not very kind to her, did stuff to her. I'm so sorry she went through that. And she has to keep quiet a lot. I see like bruises on her arms, stuff like that, and her just keeping quiet. So now she's made it a promise that she'll never keep quiet again. If something's happening to her, she's always going to talk about it because, keeping that in. It's funny because I always relate to being the middle child, Piper. She played Piper, and I always relate to Piper because I'm the middle child, and I feel like middle children are the ones that are supposed to be like the peacemakers, and we keep things inside a lot. Middle children, I think that's why that's like the middle child syndrome. When I was growing up, I used to keep things in a lot. No, I don't. But that was a lot of my childhood traumas that I kept quiet. And people would do things to me, I just keep quiet. And I see that similarity here too, where she's done kind of taking the high road. Now if somebody does her wrong, she has to speak on it. I wonder if she's a middle child in real life too, because that's her energy. She gives out that energy. So with 2 of Swords being the future, I think actually a lot of this coming to light is because of her. And her willingness to be like, what happened was not fair. I see that being a lot, where she's trying to she's got very sweet spirit, very sweet. But she, that's the thing about Hollywood. A lot of the sweet people get swallowed up and kicked out, And I see that happening to her. And now she's like, I'm not gonna let this happen anymore. I see struggles with substances, all of them really, but I just pick up her energy a lot. Maybe it's because I relate to her most, but I pick up on her a lot. So the bottom, the future being Two of Swords. I see there being like an isolation, a lot of isolation. It's almost like they come together, then they isolate. They come together, then they isolate. And it's funny because Holly Marie is playing the peacemaker. It's playing the person that's like, okay, let's bring everybody together. But there being so much fire energy, they're never going to be friends. They're never going to be close. There's too much fire energy. And when there's too much fire energy, it's like combative. And I don't see them ever really getting along. They'll start to be friends, they'll start to talk, they'll start to make peace, and then just goes King of Swords, Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands. And then it just goes dismal. Because they can't really get over their past. And I just say this, I just did a video about Sagittarius, about another Sagittarius, Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z. You know, I feel like Sagittarius don't really get along with each other because the shadow sign of Sagittarius has difficulty moving on from the past, has difficulty from saying, I did this wrong, I'm not going to do it again. And that's what's going to happen here, is that there's going to be a lot of blaming, but very little accountability on all fronts, not just Alyssa Milano. As much as I'm not a fan of her, I think it's on all fronts. All of them are not willing to say, I did this, except for Shannon and Holly. But Alyssa Milano and Rose McGowan, those two energies, even though I am very fond of a lot of what Rose McGowan has done, but those two energies will not say sorry. Those two energies will not move forward. That's what I see very strongly. So that's what I have for you guys. I love you all so much. Please comment. I'd love to hear what you say. Please subscribe. And if you want to become a member, there are many great perks. I just gave away a free Moon Child Tarot that was completely brand new. So I give those away to my members every month. So if you're interested, check that out in the membership tab. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.